Foles fakes. He's back. He is going deep. Looking deep for Macklin, who races and has it. Touchdown, the bomb!
Joining us here as he does every week here on Eagles Game Plan, Eagles head coach Chip Kelly. Coach, tough one out there in Arizona, but there were some positive things that I think when you show the film to your guys, they can build off of. Starting with something that was a little bit of a struggle early in the season, deep passes, Foles to Macklin here. This was a great throw here.
It was a great throw, and I think there were a lot of positives from the game you build on. We had 521 yards of offense against probably one of the best defenses in the National Football League, but I think we did a good job of mixing up the run and the pass. A lot of times we were running the zone play, and if we got a couple extra guys in the box, we were throwing a bubble screen out to the outside, and then just a complimentary play we have off the bubble screen. It looks like we're throwing a bubble screen up top. Yep. The number 3 receiver is going to run a bubble, and then these guys are going to fake like they're blocking and then turn it into running routes. He's got a sit-down route. He's got a go route. And then it's still a drop-back pass. And then on the backside, Jeremy's got a backside post, and all Nick is looking for off the fake is if they jump the bubble, then one of these routes is open. Coop ends up, his corner doesn't buy it, and he stays up top. This guy ends up taking away the bubble. Selleck kind of sits down in the hole, and this backside safety is cheating over to the front side. So Nick really just goes through a full progression and takes a look. He does a good job with the fake, and then he comes off, and now he's reading over here, and he feels that these two guys have occupied this, so he's going to take a look at the backside post. And you just look at Jeremy, and he's been open all year long. I think he's done a great job showing his speed. He's a legitimate deep threat in this league. And then I think the big thing is this: when you watch this throw from behind, you watch the throw by Nick, I think he does a great job as he goes through his progressions and then throws a ball that we talk about is that we don't want to change the receiver's angles for depth. We want to let him go get it, and he just throw it right down the hash. And you watch where Jeremy's coming right through the hash area. This is the angle that we're going to set it on. The quarterback's going to throw it, and then we just tell the receiver to go get it. And you need to have someone like Jeremy. It's a heck of a play. The receiver, the defensive back's actually almost there in great coverage. It's close. It was an unbelievable throw. The other thing is you watch Nick in the face of pressure. He does a great job here kind of unloading. We got to hold this one for a while. The offensive line holds their blocks for a real long time, but the nose ends up coming off late. We got a ball fake to the left. He looks at number 1. He looks at number 2. They're covered. Then he comes back. Here comes the nose off, and here comes the rush. He knows he's going to get hit, and he just lets it go, and that's a tremendous throw. Same thing we work on in practice is that we're going to throw it right down the middle of the goal post on the post route, and then Jeremy's got to go get it, and it's just a perfect throw and an outstanding catch and just a great run by a receiver who 90% of the time we don't throw it to the backside receiver, but you watch Jeremy, he's that type of guy. He's going to run his routes full speed, and then we tell our guys if you run the routes full speed, you get a shot at catching it, and he did a great job. That was a big play for us in the game.
Yeah, your offense had big plays. I thought your defense came up. This here particular play, big turnover by Nate Allen. Yeah. Great job of Nate. He's up here in the wash, gets off the block, gets in on the tackle.
We're in man coverage. They tried to run the ball a little bit when we got into what we call some of our sub packages because we don't have our bigger guys on the field, but we're trying to match up to 11 personnel here. So Nate's matched up on the tight end. Boykin is our nickel in here. We got our dime linebacker in here. A lot of people try to run the ball a little bit on dime, and if you're going to run the ball, we still have to be disciplined. The first thing Nate does, he does a great job of getting off the block of the offensive lineman and sheds the block, comes out. Now, Kerry Williams does a great job because he's supposed to set the edge to the defense and force this ball back inside to Nate. Nate does a great job of coming off. Not only does he secure the tackle with his first arm, but now rip the ball out. Then he also has the presence of mind to keep himself in bounds. So when you go back and just watch kind of what transpired, and we'll stop it after the tackle. Right now, Kerry turns it back to him. He does a great job of getting off the block. The first thing we talk about is securing the tackle. He's secured the tackle. Now that he knows he has the tackle, we're going to go for the strip. And we work on this every day during our zero period. We want to try to rip the ball out, which he did. Now he has the presence of mind to keep both feet in bounds. And that was a huge turnover for us at that point in time during the game. And another really good play by Nate.
Your defense has been making plays. I really have enjoyed watching them play over the last 5 to 6 weeks. They seem to be improving. Here's another example. I think a big reason, Coach, is you get at least 11 guys there, 9, 10 guys there surrounding the football.
I think in our base defense, we're doing an outstanding job in our run defense. And some of the runs that they hit, I think they had 60 yards total, but some of those runs were against 10 personnel. Right. But when we were in base defense, they had about 30 yards rushing. And one of the things we continue to talk about is building a wall and penetrating your gaps and making the back. There's nowhere for him to hit. There's not a hole here. There's not a hole here. There's not a hole here. We're going to try to make him into a flat player and have him run sideline to sideline as our pursuit because we do play with great effort. So this play starts right now with Trent Cole sets the edge. So this ball has got to turn back. They're trying to run a stretch play here. Fletcher Cox is doing a great job of two-gapping his guy, enforcing it. Fletch can go in, Fletch can go out. We got both gaps covered. Trent's an in-and-out guy right on there. Here comes Acho, came up and took care of this gap. D'Amico Ryans is going to fill and take this gap right here. So we're building a wall so that the back has nowhere to go. As the back sees it, he knows he can't get outside because of these three guys here. As he starts to bring the ball back, here's Acho, here's Benny Logan, here's Sed. Everybody's coming. We're playing with great pursuit. We did a great job of filling it up. There comes Benny. There's Acho. There's D'Amico. We're looking all the guys again. We stop the film every single time. We're at the end of a play, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 guys within the screen, and we talk about that all the time. Is when the play is done and we're making tackles, when we can get 9 guys in the shot, that's because everybody's running to the football, and it's great pursuit by us. But it started with Trent on the edge setting it, Fletcher Cox taking care of his gap, the penetration by Acho, D'Amico Ryan scraping over the top, and then here came the backside pursuit with Benny and Sed, and then we got to run for really no gain right there.